Guess we do.
So whenever I go golfing, I try to pick up my golf balls without actually, stopping.
How often do you go golfing?
I go golfing with my dad whenever he's in town.
This is news to me, Brentley the golfer. Okay. You go to pick up your own golf balls?
Yeah,
What?
in the golf cart. And
Why have you dropped your golf balls?
Because we play best ball. Because me and my older brother and my younger brother, actually me and my brothers are awful at golfing, but my dad's pretty good. Like, he actually plays tournaments. We just play whenever he's in town.
Right.
So every single time it's me and my older brother, or actually all three of us, relearning how to play golf, while my dad's just like patiently waiting for us. So we play best ball, so it doesn't take like 4 or 5 hours.
Fair enough.
So we go to pick up our balls, and the goal is to pick up your ball without stopping the cart, and every time we sing the Indiana Jones theme song.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies that we have not seen, based on nothing but their very odd descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
And I'm Albert, and today we're kicking things off with The Curse from 1987. Almost said 97. Different era, Brentley.
Yeah, very much so. So what is...
A meteorite crashes on the farm of the severely dysfunctional Hayes family.
All right.
You know, like most curses, they're brought from outer space by a meteorite.
Hey, I'm cool with sci-fi fantasy.
Fair enough.
That's why Star Wars exists.
The Hayes... I don't think this is going to be Star Wars, Brentley. I don't think we're going to be quite that high art.
The Cthulhu franchise, then.
That maybe. The Hayes family are a really messed up bunch. Stern fire and brimstone religious zealot patriarch Nathan essayed with... Essayed? This parenthetical starts with the word essayed. Okay. I'm going to start this sentence over again. The Hayes family are a really messed up bunch. Stern fire and brimstone religious patriarch zealot Nathan essayed with eye-rolling hammy brio by Claude Akins. They just, in that parenthetical, they dropped every single ACT word that they knew. Not ACT. SAT? I took the ACT, Brentley. Different thing. His smart but unhappy foster son, Zack, who's played by Will Wheaton.
Oh, okay.
Lusty, faithless, frustrated wife, Frances. Crude, browbeating, moronic son, Cyrus. Guys, just put the thesaurus down. Put it down and back away. And the sentence continues, and cute little daughter, Alice.
What's her problem?
I don't know. She's played by Amy Wheaton, possibly related to Will Wheaton.
Was that his prize for being in the movie? Put my relative in this movie.
She's 43. She's not really right for the cute little part. I said I want it. I'm Will Wheaton. I want my 40-year-old sister to be in the movie as a little girl. Am I doing the Will Wheaton whine right? I know he gets a lot of crap for being whiny in Star Trek. That's all.
He did, and then people get moved on, and then now he kind of owns it and makes fun of himself for it.
Okay.
He's actually a pretty chill dude.
So, unless you forgot, we were talking about a meteorite that crashed.
Right.
Into these incredibly lavishly described families' lives. And to continue about that, some gunk from the meteorite contaminates the water. So it's like the color out of space.
Kinda, yeah.
It's literally just the color out of space, actually. Because the last sentence says, pretty soon the crops, animals, and even several members of the Hayes family begin to mutate in various disgusting and disturbing ways.
It's like Slither, but lame.
Or the color out of space.
I haven't read the color out of space.
It's exactly this premise. It's like, there's some magic meteorite that fell in this family as well, and everything's horrifying. I have seen
that, it's like it's not Tales from the Crypt, but it's something similar to that, and it's got Stephen King, and he plays a farmer.
You've talked about this before, but go ahead.
Meteor lands there, and he's like, meteor! And it's amazing to watch.
Next up, we have The Curse 2, The Bite. Also known as The Farm, from 1989.
So is it the Curse to the Bite or the Curse to the Farm, or is it just also known as the Farm?
It's also known as the Farm. Here's where we get into a fun little bit of trivia about this series that we're going to be talking about here, Brantley. The Curse franchise.
Oh.
Is cobbled together from movies that have nothing to do with each other.
Oh, like the Robo-Vampire.
I think so, possibly, yes. So this originally comes out as The Farm, and they're like, the Curse movie did well enough, let's retitle The Curse, retitle The Farm, The Curse to The Bite, and we'll get all those, I don't know, real big fans of The Curse in. Yeah. You know, that franchise, you know how people are real big about The Curse.
Oh, yeah, no.
They won't, it's like, you know, the Halloween franchise and Friday the 13th, and then The Curse is right up there. Mm-hmm. And personally, I'm sick of it, Brentley, but the franchise has the power and panache to really just bring people in, even if you just slap the name on a completely unrelated movie. And that's what they did in 1989. Traveling to Bakersfield, California, Lisa Snipes and her boyfriend, Clark Newman, are warned away. Clark Newman might be the whitest name I've ever heard in my life.
It's up there.
They're warned away from going there, I guess, to Bakersfield, California. Yes. But decide on a shortcut to get there. What?
Okay. Yeah, that's how.
So somebody's like, don't go to Bakersfield. They're having that influenza epidemic.
Not only do they respond that they're going there, they're finding a faster way.
Usually the Harbinger character is warning them against doing the thing. But I think that probably the shortcut is going to be the problem here. They weren't warned against going on a shortcut. They were just warned against going to Bakersfield. I don't know what this person...
I think there's some great horror going in Bakersfield, but we never get there because they take this shortcut and wind up in some side story that also has a horror movie. So the next movie is like a mid-quel that just takes place in Bakersfield, but what's actually going wrong there?
There's a separate Harbinger who is going to talk to them about the shortcut, but they've already been gotten to.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to double down.
But man...
Yeah, Bakersfield, that's real bad.
Bakersfield,
this is a good way to get there, though.
It's a good way, but they're not even going to make there, and this is actually worse. Should I stop them? I don't know.
Along the shortcut, they come across a horde of snakes in the road, and getting back to a hotel, he gets bitten. I guess that would be Clark.
Right.
So there's this river of snakes. Well, that's a great question, because the snakes are in the road. And then they get to a hotel, and then they're bitten. The implication would be by a snake. It, grabbed onto
in the undercarriage.
I think our tire's going flat, honey.
I picture a cartoon where the snake just replaced the tire and was like, this was a mistake. That's how snakes sound, by the way.
It's all four tires.
Yes.
Really.
Just all snakes.
It's a Flintstones-like contraption. They're wrapped around the crankshaft, sort of monster truck style, driving the car.
A living Fun times.
A fellow proprietor, Harry Morton, second whitest name that I've ever heard, offers an antidote, and they leave.
That was a good movie. Moving on. Let's go on to the next Curse movie.
I guess, do you think this guy has just dealt with the fact that there's a horde of snakes around his hotel? And he's like, yeah, we got lots of antidote, man.
It's a thing, dude. Just don't worry. We got you.
You remember how they said location, location, location in real estate class? They should have said snakes! Because that turns out to be real important too. Not a great spot.
That said, super cheap.
It is, yes. And they do have the complimentary snake antidote. Only for him to discover later on that it was a mutated snake which was responsible. And races off to find them. So
this is just an excuse to have the snake hunting them.
No, I'm sorry. The person who races off to find them is Harry Morton.
Oh.
So he's used to snakes. He's like, no, we've got antidote on lock. And he gives him some antidote. And then he looks at the snake and he's like, wait a minute. This snake is, I don't know, how would you know it was mutated? What
visibly?
mutation would it have? Is it like,
That's unusual.
wait a minute, at some point in this, in all the fuss, I forgot to notice that it had 3 heads.
Which they can have.
They can, yes.
2 is more common, but...
I was gonna say 2, and I just wanted to amp it up a little bit more.
There was a turtle that had 2 heads, and it was about 6 years, and then it started growing a 3rd one in between them.
I saw that in Three-Headed Shark Attack. Very much the same thing.
Yeah.
A little faster, though.
A little bit.
While chasing them down, he begins to mutate into a deadly creature from his hand.
Is he a snake zombie?
I don't know. He wasn't the one that got bit. Initially. Maybe eventually
Maybe
he
he's
did.
been bit a couple times. He's like, oh. I've been wondering about the scales I keep finding, but I didn't think it was that big. It's like S. You ever seen S?
No.
It's a movie. The title is like 6 S's in a row.
I've seen the cover of it. I am familiar with but I have not actually watched it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he begins to mutate into a deadly creature from his hand and refuses to have anyone do anything with it.
Why not?
I don't. There's like a doctor who's like chasing after him, like, "Sir, we have the antidote." He's like, "No, my hotel, the reputation of my hotel is at stake.
It must stand." He's trying to be bought out for that guy who runs the Hotel Inferno, and dang it, I can't let that happen.
They're going to leave a bad Yelp review. They're going to start booking things with, I forgot what the name
Airbnb.
is. Airbnb.
That's our joke.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Oh, good.
One of which is, don't forget, let's not forget mutating.
I'm not picturing that it's turned into a snake. Like his hand is a snake now.
Oh yeah.
And it's trying to bite him.
Oh,
So
definitely, yeah.
It's like
It's rough too because there's no elbow, so there's not like
it's just
it's
wiggling
tough
around.
to fight off. Yeah,
He's like got it by the throat, so he can't really grab things. So he has to like kind of like pin it down, so he can use his hand for brief periods of time.
Right, but then like when he gets attacked, like inevitably by some hick farmer in the middle of the movie,
And the snake has self-preservation, strikes him in the face.
yeah, so it does help him out. It's sort of like a Venom, not like the comic book character Venom situation where it's like bad for him, but also kind of gives him superpowers when he needs them.
Mm-hmm.
He takes matters into his own hand. I'm sorry. Taking matters into his own hands, he goes on the run and tries to get away, only for the snake to return.
Ooh.
And force a final showdown. It's not implied that this is a giant snake. There's nothing like magical about it. We're talking about like a regular size snake that's just sort of leisurely slithering after this guy. This is not.
Snakes can be fast.
Okay.
Like very, very fast.
I'm not feeling it though.
Faster than humans.
I'm not feeling this final showdown with one snake. We've seen a whole river of snakes crossing the road, like wrapped around these people's tires, and then this one snake is like, by the way, I'm mutated. This one's gonna be a problem? I'm not into it. I refuse.
You refuse?
But we have to continue on because next up we have The Curse 3, Blood Sacrifice, which was originally released as Panga.
Panga.
In 1991.
It's like that old Pingus meme.
In Africa, an English sugarcane plantation's owner's pregnant American wife is cursed for her sister's stopping the tribal sacrifice of a goat.
But why her?
I don't know.
Well, it's like another white woman will blame you.
They can't tell them apart.
All white people do look the same.
They all look the same. Dr. Pearson, played by Christopher Lee.
Of course.
A raspy voiced doctor with asthma. Who also has ties to the witch doctor.
The many words you could apply to Christopher Lee, raspy voice is now one of them.
I guess he is in this voice. In this movie.
He's just being raspy.
But he also has ties to the witch doctor. Who, I like that they sort of have like a co-practice. Like Pearson and, I don't know what the witch doctor's name would be. Give me a good witch doctor name.
I got nothing.
Which,
James.
Pearson and I got nothing? Pearson and James, practitioners of medicine, and one of them's like, I will deal with the demons and stuff, and you can deal with giving people antibodies and nonsense like that. And he's like, this is a great plan. And they'd like clean up.
Yeah.
Anyway, he attends to the needs of his neighboring locals. The ceremony is interrupted, the blood sacrifice removed, a summoned monster from the sea might just wreak havoc on them all.
So, in this universe, if you don't make your blood sacrifice, you get Godzilla.
Yeah, no, it was, the reason they cursed this woman, I guess, is because...
You've killed us all! You've summoned the sea beast!
We were trying to stop it.
We were keeping Cthulhu asleep, and then you had to stop us.
We were like, oh no, the poor little goat, why are you going to kill him? Have you even seen Jurassic Park, ma'am? It's not going to come out for 2 more years, but you know that they feed the T-Rex a goat, right? Like, chill for 2 seconds. We need, it's just a goat. Somebody was going to eat him anyway. He doesn't give milk.
They do give milk.
Not, this was a guy goat, though.
Oh, okay, then, yeah. He's just good for the food, then.
Finally, for this episode, we have The Curse 4. The Ultimate Sacrifice. Originally released as Catacombs.
Alright.
The plot involves a monastery in Italy.
Okay, cool.
But what was that response?
They're just cool.
Are you like, I'm
glad it's actually in the plot and they don't just pan past it.
Oh.
Glad it's important. It's not just random scenery.
I hate when they establish
long, tracking southern shots. And this movie's going to be in Brooklyn and not the Himalayas. We just saw those mountains were pretty.
Movie.
Yeah.
We did have this pretty establishing footage, but that's it, guys. Like, we did, just for the credits. Now it's going to be
we
our
purchased this, and now it's going to be in 15 of our movies minimum.
Somebody had a helicopter and they flew over some mountains.
This movie's about submarines. Yeah, well, that's in water. That's in nature. Therefore, mountains. Put the credits over it.
The film opens during the Middle Ages, actually.
Oh.
The word actually is in the sentence. I did not insert that editorializing. We see some monks trying to perform an exorcism on this very decrepit looking man.
I'm glad they clarified that this is actually in the medieval period. I would assume this was, far future.
I mean, I'm on board with exorcisms in the future, Brentley. That seems like an untapped market. Where's my sci-fi exorcist?
My cybercross compels you, demon!
Yes! Maybe...
deploys out of his arm. Lights up.
Or it's just on his iPhone.
There you go. Oh,
hold on a
plays
second.
The actual lantern chanting.
I've got the model from 2 years ago. It takes a while to load. All right, cyber crucifix. Jesus' eyes open occasionally.
Yeah.
He's like, hi.
So it's I didn't rotate on the screen. Hang on, it's sideways. Give me a sec.
I'm just Googling the world.
The world?
I'm Googling
You're
the
gonna get a lot of stuff if you do that.
Cyber exorcist. No, there's nothing. Oh, there's cyberexorcism.com.
Ooh. Get your demons out on the internet.
Yeah.
The nagging question no one dares to ask. Are demons online? Can they get in you? Possessed hardware?
Nagging question. Okay, so for a second, we're going to take a detour and read from cyberexorcism.com, which starts with the nagging question no one dares to ask. Everyone is talking about the iPhone. A new version of it is always around the corner.
But is it the work of Satan?
People who have it spend more and more time with it, so I think it is time to ask the ultimate question regarding the most important technical advice that mankind has ever held in his hand. What was the question? The last sentence is, sorry, there are no polls available at the moment.
He said nobody dares to ask. That includes himself.
He said it was
you
time.
all know the questions. You all know it. I'm too scared. Someone needs to ask it. I can't.
Here's another post. Possessed hardware is the title of this. In May 2009, there were 575,000 results for, quote, possessed hardware on Google. Now it's up to 631,000 search results. Just further proof this is a serious problem.
When was this posted?
January 2017. It was posted under fun stuff.
So in 8 years, there have only been like 100 and something more.
100,000 more.
Okay,
apparently.
but still.
100,000 possessed devices. Well, results about possessed devices.
The phone number of evil.
Yeah.
I got a phone right now. Let's call it. Does it have it?
I'm looking here.
Give me the phone number of evil.
One would think that a cursed phone number would at least contain 666, but apparently things are a little bit different in Bulgaria. While it would be tempting to have such an easy phone number as 0888-888-888 to tell your friends, it appears to be not very healthy. Okay.
I don't think I can
First,
call
Bulgarian Mobitel CEO Vladimir Grashnov died of cancer, and being vacant went to an underworld figure who was gunned down in the Netherlands 2 years later. Again, the cursed phone number was passed on, which resulted in the death of another crooked businessman. 2 years later, the old best things come in threes does not apply here. The phone number is not reachable anymore.
So, first dude got cancer. That happens. Second one was a gangster. And then there was a crooked businessman. Likely to be shot down because of his criminality.
Your computer may be possessed by a demon. Top 10 evil computers.
You gotta know that one's legit. It's got a picture of the Scream on it.
But all blue. Top 10 signs your computer is possessed.
The first possessed iPhone is out there. If there's more than one, then yes.
I gotta say, this guy is not... they must have got him. Because there's not that many posts here, and I'm disappointed.
He called the evil phone. The demons got him.
So now that we've gotten back off of the sad lack of a cyber sci-fi exorcism movie, one of the monks ends up getting Alright, you know what? I should read the
Yeah, you should start over.
Plot involves a monastery in Italy. Film opens during the Middle Ages. We see some monks trying to perform an exorcism on a decrepit old man. One of the monks ends up getting possessed. But the keep the evil at bay by sealing the room with some kind of holy seal / symbol.
I'm not a theologist. I don't know what it was. It looked like a picture. I don't know.
It was like two lines that sort of intersected at a 90-degree angle. I didn't
One of
really
them was a little
get
bit shorter and towards the top. I don't know. It was weird.
It then goes to modern day.
Actually?
Period.
Aw.
And then after the period, where a young girl who is studying to be a teacher for a religious school goes to the monastery to learn some more things about the Holy Church.
Catholic school, all right.
Some weird things go on, and a lot of the monks, especially this crazy but very religiously devout one, blame it on her, calling her evil and unclean.
Well, she is a woman.
I love the vagueness of some weird things.
This guy did not put too much thought into the movie. I had it on the background. They had some symbol, and then some stuff happened. I don't know. I was eating chips at the time. There were some good chips. It's nacho.
Let me write you a review about these Doritos.
Let me tell you about these Cool Ranch Doritos I had. Also, there was a movie about the curse,
fantastic.
Whatever. This is like, just perfect amount of the little flavor dust on there. Not too much, not too little.
And at the end, I got to lick it off my fingers, and that was the best part.
There were a few broken at the bottom of the bag, but that's just shipping and handling. Can't complain about that.
You could just dip it in. You just dump it right into your mouth anyway, and that's the best part of the Doritos. Anyway, back to the ultimate sacrifice. Some random things were going bad, and this dude blamed it on this girl. I don't know.
This guy's living his best life.
It turns out the possessed man in the basement was more than just a possessed person, but is actually, by the way, nice way to stay on tense, my man. It was, but now it is actually the beast of the apocalypse, the Antichrist himself.
I like that it's not he's possessed by the Antichrist. He was the Antichrist who became a monk and then was himself possessed, according to the flow of this paragraph.
It seems that way, yes.
Like, he's like, nah, daddy devil man, I ain't doing the evil. And he's like, alright, I gotta put a demon in my kid so he can end the world, because I'm getting tired of this. I didn't send him to devil school so he can go be a monk.
It's like a Hellboy kind of thing where it's like, I reject my true calling. And he's like,
I'm going to, in fact, punch my true calling in the mouth.
Well, that'll do it for this week of Too Weird Didn't Watch. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you like this episode, don't forget to tell a friend. Check us out over on Patreon at patreon.com/TooWeirdDidn'tWatch. And we'll see you guys next week with more of this show.
Bye, guys.
Bye.